Zvezda's T-72 has been sitting in my review queue for ages, and I thought it was time to bust it out. The Zvezda model is the only ERA-equipped T-72 plastic kit I know of in this scale. Given ERA is an iconic feature of late and post-Cold War Soviet armour, it's bound to be a popular choice. Let's have a look. This is Zvezda's T-72B in 1/100 scale for their Hot War Miniatures board game. Hot War is now, as far as I can tell, out of production, but the 1/100 scale kits for it are still available. On the box we can see a T-72B with Contact 1 ERA explosive reactive armour. Unfortunately, as is common with Zvezda's range, this bears no resemblance to the actual kit. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let's very briefly talk history. T-72 was developed as a fallback design after teething issues with the more technically ambitious T-64. T-72 entered service in 1973. It's armed with a 125mm smoothbore gun which can fire missiles in addition to standard ammunition. The gun is fed by an autoloader which allows a crew of 3, driver, gunner and commander. The tank follows conventional Soviet design with a low silhouette and domed turret. It includes composite armour which includes ceramic layers and other special armour in the turret front and glacis. T-72 was very successful and has been widely exported. Export models tend to lack some of the sophisticated features of the Soviet versions. Improvements and armour upgrades have kept the T-72 in service up to the present day. If we look at the back of the box, there's a 3-view picture of the completed kit. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that this shows the kit with the very different-looking angular Contact 5 ERA armour blocks on the turret. There's no ERA on the hull or side skirts. I'm no T-72 surgeon, but this looks like it's meant to be a T-72B model 1989 or 90. The box also shows that the kit has 15 parts and is just over 10 cm long. It has parts to build one tank. You can tell that this kit was produced after Zvezda started to give up on the Hot War game. The stat card for T-72 in the game isn't included. Instead, there's a link to download it from their website, but you'd be out of luck if you tried. That link now goes to a Russian porn site. Instructions are a single sheet with a blurb about the Hot War game on one side and assembly instructions on the other. These are simple but good enough to get the kit built. Zvezda 1/100 kits are snap fit and you can see the engineering for that in the instructions. Let's look at the plastic. The kit comes on 2 sprues of olive green plastic. Detail looks good, although it's moulded in slightly shallower relief than some other manufacturers' kits in this scale, but good enough. Parts count is low and it's a very simple kit to build. This sprue has the upper and lower hull parts, external fuel drums and unditching beam, as well as the entire turret and gun moulded as a single piece. There's also the Hot War game flag, but I'm guessing most people won't fit that to the kit. The upper hull has some great engine deck detail. You can also see the add-on armour on the glacis plate. While not explosive, it's part of the Contact 5 ERA armour package. The lower hull piece has some good contouring and hatch detailing underneath, even though it probably won't be seen. The lower front hull has mounting brackets for a mine plough as well as the foldable dozer blade fitted to all T-72s to allow them to do very basic field engineering. The turret has the Contact 5 ERA blocks moulded on. Having the turret, armour, gun and mantlet all moulded as a single piece really simplifies construction. The lack of a machine gun or searchlight at the commander's hatch or a wind sensor does make the turret seem a bit flat. The second sprue has the tracks and running gear as well as the side skirts. The skirts have the gill armour panels that could be deployed to give some extra protection from incoming rounds. The gills are moulded flush with the skirts. They're not posable. Road wheels have adequate detail, but the track tread is heavily simplified. This is common to most Zvezda kits in this scale. It's not a real deal breaker for me. Again, I'm sure it simplifies manufacture and helps keep the costs down. Zvezda kits are snap fit and are engineered for assembly without glue. The inner supports are also on this sprue. They serve to connect between the upper and lower hull and the suspension parts. These side hull plates have some good suspension detail. This will mostly be hidden in the completed kit, but good to have it here. So those are the parts for Zvezda's T-72B in 1/100 scale. This is a snap-together kit that's obviously a wargaming piece with simplicity of manufacture at the forefront of its design. Despite this, most of the required detail is here. Although the tracks are simplified, they aren't overly visible at this scale. You could wish for a commander's machine gun and wind sensor to trick up the turret, but otherwise I think the level of detail is fine for a basic gaming kit. Certainly the ERA blocks look great. I know some gamers would love a Contact 1 version like the box art as well, but the angular shape of Contact 5 is visually interesting. And detail that is there, like the dozer blade and engine deck grills, will dry brush up well. I like this kit. The Zvezda Soviet offerings are generally much better quality than the US kits in the Hot War range. However, these kits don't have the advantage Zvezda's World War II kits do, which is price. The modern kits are roughly twice the price of the World War II kits, which puts them on a par with other manufacturers' offerings. So the kit's fine. The Hot War game system is defunct, but these will work fine with other miniatures games like Battle Group Northag, Team Yankee, or 7 Days to the River Rhine. But without a price advantage, the ERA is the only real selling point against other plastic T-72s in this range.